Hello and welcome to the second part of this playthrough of The Rose Tattoo. If this is your first time watching, then don't worry, I can quickly summarise the story for you. Sherlock Holmes' brother, Mycroft, has been very close to mortally injured in an explosion at the Diogenes Club, which Watson has discovered was because of a bomb. And he's managed to rouse his brother, who had sort of sunk into the depths of depression, to actually begin to unravel the mysteries of the case. Since I released the last sort of episode, I guess, I had a lot of people say they wanted me to put on the subtitles, or like the kind of captions for text. I have done that. So, for example, if I go and talk to Watson now, there we go.
Did you receive any assistance from Scotland
Hey.
Yard?
I never got past Constable Burns.
Obstructive moron. My brother is nearly killed in a vicious assault, and you can't even get in to see Lestrade.
Don't let anger dim your wit. The Yard is ignorant of our Diogenes discovery. That's a good thing, as you would ordinarily be the first to say. Don't yet know what variety of foul play we're dealing with.
Your pardon, Watson. My anger at the would-be assassins has made me muzzy. I have a fierce thirst. Only justice will slake it.
I think you mean revenge.
So be it. They are the same to me now.
Oh, he's so cut up about Mycroft being hurt. So yeah, we have a lovely sans serif font as well, which hopefully is a bit easier to read. Sorry I didn't do that in the last one. I think like when I played this through myself, I probably did turn that on and I just forgot. Let's keep talking to Watson. This was something in my own game, oh my goodness, trying to get a good readable font at the resolution that my game is, because my game is a very small resolution. At least the graphics are. So, okay. Ooh, have you begun your journal?
Have you begun your
entries?
journal entries, Doctor?
Any matter in which you take an interest may have enduring public consequences.
Yeah, you can access his journal. I can't... Oh, there we go. Journal. Yes, there we are. So, you can always sort of look at the transcript here. I love how it phrases it. It's like, and then Holmes said, and then I said, and then Holmes said, and then I said. Which is quite funny because that's not it's not usually, doesn't usually bode well for a sort of literary effort to go, and then he said, and then he said, and then he said. Right, so this is the beginning of our journal. Excellent. Okay, so we can consult that if we need to. Let's keep talking to Watson. I like talking to Watson.
Your investigative efforts
Praise him.
expose several productive leads, Watson.
But no obvious starting point for our inquiry. They say a good beginning ensures a good outcome.
We are not so credulous to think so. There is more here than a common attempted murder.
So I surmised.
The matter will not admit of a simple resolution, but I will not rest until the wretch responsible for this outrage against my brother is punished.
Oh, yay. He's got a thirst for justice and or revenge. And I want to look in his bedroom. A cosy but admittedly dishevelled bedroom lies behind this door. Let's go into the inner sanctum. Yeah. Oh, I quite like his See, that makes me think, in my game, his portraits are all framed. I quite like them just being tacked up like sort of a teenager's posters on the wall. Although mine's set when he's retired, so maybe that's like his retirement treat to himself, is to to get frames for his weird portraits of criminals that he has on the wall. The faces of notorious outlaws reveal little of their monstrous characters. Nothing in the visages of Wainwright, Palmer and Ling mark them as the despicable murderers they were. So I guess Holmes in this game, not a phrenology guy. He says you can't tell by just looking at them. The first two were justly hanged. Ling, the Haymarket bomber, hoist himself with a capsule of fulminic acid. What's the betting that maybe these are names of the developers? I don't know. Scrutinize them, Holmes. Oh, I've already... Can I look at them? Is that different from scrutinizing? Despite Mrs. Hudson's protestations, several photographs are pinned to the wall. Whether her complaint is derived from the subjects depicted or from the defacement of her property is a moot point. Since her banishment from the room, there have been numerous additions to the collection. Ah, there's all these lovely portraits. Lamp. This portable alcohol lamp doesn't work quite as well as it might. Perhaps the wick needs trimming more than once a year. Oh my goodness. I bought a little oil lamp, sort of 1890s oil lamp, and I had a lot of fun learning the different ways you can trim a wick, and it produces different like shapes of flames. Quite fun. I think Holmes should get in on doing that more often. I haven't lit it for a while, actually. I should do that. I got some citronella oil for it, which smells really nice. The window's orientation never allowed more than a modicum of daylight into the room. Coal dust and feckless housekeeping have conspired to diminish even that trifle. The fire escape, which once permitted unnoticed through The fire escape, which once permitted unnoticed, though dangerous, egress from 221B, is barely visible. I like that. So he had a sneaky way out, or he would do if he kind of cleared the path to it again. He's got some books. An aggregation of evening reading is stored on the wardrobe. Multiple volumes of Mommsen's masterful history of Rome are joined by C.F. McGlashan's grisly account of the Donner Party, and a particularly inept translation of portions of the Brothers Karamazov. Thanks. This is really like pushing my sort of reading abilities. I'm getting that kind of feeling you get at school when it's your turn to do the, out loud reading. The once elegant veneer of this mahogany wardrobe is scratched and chipped. One of the door hinges screams like a banshee. I love this writing. It's so fun. I guess this is where his disguises are. Oh yes, the cedar-lined interior is better preserved than the exterior might suggest. The mirror set in the door keeps the resident from committing egregious sartorial blunders. The usual clothing of a middle-aged man of moderate means hang with some less conventional garments. Labourer's costume. Oh, wait, we can put it on? Yes, Holmes, do it! We're going to get a fade to black.
Combined with the right cosmetics, this would do nicely.
Oh, is this going to be a... Working woman's costume? Yes, Holmes. Show me that. Yes. No? He shook his head. No. I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but play the Beekeeper's Picnic. When I was deciding what to put in my game, I put a list of things I really wanted to appear, and Holmes getting to dress up was one of them. So, painting. What's this painting? This oil rendition of the old soldier at Inkerman is derived from Fenton's famous albumen photograph, a gift from Mycroft. It could stand a cleaning. Aw, see, Mycroft gives him gifts. These burnished brass brackets tap into the house's gas line. The murky light which they supply may be due to the fact that their valves have not been cleaned in recent memory. Well, it's atmospheric, isn't it? Oh, and he's got a nice fireplace of his own. The stone fireplace shares a chimney with the sitting room, which cleverly it actually does. The mantel is a convenient repository for pipes, pouches, boxer cartridges, medicines, and other indispensable rubbish. That's one of the if they're there with their copy of The Canon, I think we do get a description of the fireplace in Holmes's room, and that it's scattered with a load of detritus from his life. I'm also quite impressed that genuinely that fireplace is adjacent to the one in the other room. That was actually one thing in my game. I kind of had this decision: do I make the interior of Holmes's cottage make sense and make it adhere to like Euclidean geometry, and it doesn't. So I'm impressed that this 221B does. This excellent tin and leather box, appropriated from a certain doctor late of Her Majesty's Indian Army, serves its current user better than it did its former. Okay. I'm so interested about the fact they've made it India, not Afghanistan. I don't know. Watson's case now contains an assortment of cosmetics that might impress the stage manager of provincial theatricals. Right, that's where he keeps all his pancake and stuff. Sheet music. Numerous versions of some original compositions are scattered about the premises. They've not become kindling on the slim chance that posterity will treat them better than the current generation of music critics have done. Oh, bless Holmes. Oh, he wants to be a composer. Music. Okay. Music. Gramophone. Now this I shamelessly copied, actually. I remembered that you can play this gramophone in this room, and I added that to my game. There is a gramophone that you can play. And I remember spending ages trying to make sure, like I had to program it so that the player could turn it off, which, like I know it sounds daft, but that was annoying. So yeah, waxy grooved cylinders have replaced the unpredictable tinfoil drum. Can I like, can I use it? Oh, there's multiple wax cylinders. Okay, let's do this thing. What's this one? The modest collection was recently improved by Lady Hal's performance of Hoffmann's Baccharal. Okay, what's this one? Some Scarlatti arias interpreted by Sarasate. And Liszt's performance of his own adaptation of six etudes by Paganini. Oh gosh. Do we go for Sarasate? Do we go for a bit of Paganini? Let's hear the stylings of that masterful violinist Sarasate. Do I have to like crank? There we go. Crank it. Oh, see, this has beaten my game already. I only have one thing you can play, and you do not have to crank. Yes. Dance, Holmes, dance. Okay, is there anything else in here I should be doing? Did the sconces. Okay, I think we've done everything. Oh, dresser. Gotta look at his undies. This serviceable oakwood dresser was purchased at the Army and Navy Stores in Mayfair. Violin! Ah, one of Antonio Stradivari's finest efforts. Purchased at Tottenham Court Shop for 55 guineas. I'm just gonna go ahead and very nice, Holmes, but I kind of want to talk. Yeah, can you play your violin? Oh. Excellent. Okay, fine. We've thoroughly explored his bedroom for no apparent reason, and now we're going to thoroughly explore Baker Street for no apparent reason. Let's see. I think we've already looked at the bookshelves. Wooden box, what's up with this one? Decorated with the geometric shapes typical of art moderne, this handsome box was purchased as a coal scuttle. All these newspapers on the floor. Oh, you can look at the bearskin hearthrug now. This fire-scarred skin might be consigned to a dustbin were it not required to conceal a scorched section of Mrs. Hudson's floor. That's, a tactic I have used myself. Landlord's coming. Put the rug down. Excellent. Tidy. Go on, Holmes. You can do it. You can do it. I know you can. Go on, yes! You can do it. I believe in you. Oh, I believed in you.
What's the point? This battle has been lost.
Do you want to know my theory about ADHD, Sherlock Holmes? If the principal occupant were of a fastidious disposition, the volume of accumulating newsprint would render this room difficult to maintain. Newspapers, though ephemeral, are among the wonders of the age. So you'll see that the perspective has changed now. We're sort of tapping into Holmes's way of thinking in these sort of little captions. Anything interesting? No, just chuck it down. No, you don't care. Okay. Chair. Watson's chair is in better condition than its twin. He rarely sits here anymore, perhaps because its cushion is generally covered with newspapers. You need to clear it up, Holmes, so he can sit there. There's his lab. A variety of analyses may be performed at this pine-top table. A modest collection of experimental implements share space with a Bunsen burner and a high-powered microscope. That's fun. Can I just get, really nerdy for a second? If you thought I was already nerdy, this is just going to take it to a whole new level. I really love it when people try to make recreations of Baker Street in real life. Although, also, I feel like I quite like it just being a fantasy place. I'm not that bothered about seeing recreations of them. But I did have a chance to go and see the one that's in Meiringen in Switzerland. It's in the basement of a church. And it's my favourite one. It's the only one for me that's actually done anything for me. And it's because they put so much historical love and care into it and told you about that. That I really enjoyed it. And one of the things I remember from this recreation of 221B Baker Street in in this random small village small town in Switzerland, is they described how the lab table was like veneer. It was actually quite a cheap table. You would never normally have a table like that as a middle-class gentleman in your living room, but because he's using it as a lab table, it's sort of got this veneer. I wonder, because they said it's oak-topped. Are they angling at a similar thing there? That's quite cool. So yeah, fun, nerdy fact. The lethal combination of abuse and neglect have rendered this clock useless for anything but kindling wood. No. D.L. or I? D.I. Mendelev's. I don't know what Mendelev's first initials are. I've heard of Mendeleev, but brilliant exposition of what chemists call the periodic law is conveniently tacked above the lab table. I love it. I love how Holmes is his perspective is a bit different. Watson hung a reproduction of Clifford's sympathetic portrait of General Charles George Chinese Gordon as a tribute to the noble soldier. The brave, if not brilliant, commander died defending Khartoum in 85. Yeah, that's kind of a little detail mentioned in the books, which I don't think I put in my game, actually. That is one little Baker Street detail. Clearly it's on the fourth wall in my game. It's on the wall you can't see. That's going to be my dodge for everything if I miss it out. Who's this gentleman? The unframed likeness of the late orator Henry Ward Beecher is new. The remarkable preacher was a fervent abolitionist, a proponent of female suffrage, and an early supporter of Darwin's controversial theories. I think that's another one that we find out in the books that Watson's hung up, because I just find it really interesting, what are we meant to draw about Watson's character, that these are the two, his two heroes who he puts up as this abolitionist and then this kind of war hero of slightly, who's maybe not got such a complicated figure in history. Let's put it like that. General Gordon. Oh my goodness. Let's not go there. Let's continue with the game. Hurling sticks. These rough sticks are used in an Afghan game in which a group of men ride donkeys over a great distance to hurl a stone at the stuffed head of an albino goat for no easily discernible purpose. Okay. Okay, fine, yeah. Burnished mahogany cases hold reference works, toxicology and chemistry texts, and a collection of specialist monographs and selected historical classics. Oh, all their books. Okay, if we haven't done the fireplace. We've got to do that. Oh no, go for your stash. Yes, the mantel holds the day's cigar ends and cigarette butts, plus a collection of odd bits and bottles, all of which bespeak the diversions Watson tirelessly condemns as habits and or vices. Oh, we can't use our stash, fine. Oh, no, I want to look at the knife, thank you. A Swiss soldier may have used this 6-blade jackknife to extricate himself from dire straits. Valuable also for mundane tasks, the primary blade fixes correspondence and disputed demands for payment to the mantle. Who's disputing paying Sherlock Holmes? If you get him to work a case for you, I mean, you gotta pay him, come on. Like, he's off living that freelancer lifestyle. And Persian slipper. A leather slipper, okay. Procured at a Knightsbridge jumble. Depends, I think it's meant to say descends from a leather cord. Its mate was lost in a domestic conflagration. The survivor's toe provides suitable storage for a quantity of rough-cut shag tobacco. Oh, what else we got? We got the bent poker anywhere? Is that a thing? Oh, looking for all the classic Baker Street things. We can look at that. 221B, mercifully ignorant of the alleged charms of central heating, is warmed by a coal fire. Naturally. I gotta admit, something about a fire, isn't there? I kind of sometimes pine for an open fireplace. I mean, not really, but I grew up in houses that had them. I grew up in a very sort of classic Victorian terrace, actually, which I sort of, in my mind, I kind of always picture that house when I'm thinking about 221B Baker Street. The top of the rosewood sideboard is always strewn with cigar boxes, assorted spirits, the odd plate, a gasogene, and sundry ornamental Victoriana, which isn't even anachronistic. The Victorians love to refer to themselves as Victorians. This is something you realise quite quickly if you read a lot of like pop culture stuff from that period. They loved like thinking about themselves as Victorians. The gasogene, yes! Yes, for whiskey and soda. Do it. Oh, it even mentions it has a propensity to explode. That's fun. Utilise that gasogene. Do it. Yeah! Yeah! Oh, yeah! Look at that. Oh, nice. Yeah, they actually bothered to do a drinking animation, which is more than I did in my game. Oh, look at Watson. Oh, can I look at him? Just look at Watson. Just look at him. Ensconced in familiar surroundings, Watson appears composed and ready for anything. Ah, can we talk to him anymore? Okay.
There is a matter I should like to put to Inspector Lestrade.
Can the Yard assist in our inquiries?
Expectations are low, and your point about official ignorance is well taken. The Inspector has neither need nor capacity to know what we know. Still, his title might become the rough water we'll confront.
I'm going to be talking to Watson a lot. He's kind of our, like, portable hint system to some extent, but it's well worth just talking to him all the time.
What items might have assisted your own inquiries, Watson?
The bull's eye wouldn't have been amiss, and a nimble brain would have helped.
Aww.
The former is here somewhere. We can secure it. The latter is more than sufficient. Don't troll for compliments, Doctor.
Oh, that's sweet. That's a very roundabout way of saying, like, nah, you're all right, Watson. You're not dumb.
Did you collect other evidence at the Diogenes that might assist us?
I couldn't perform a proper search. It's dark as Guinness in there. The damp and unstable conditions didn't help, and Forbes was about.
Yes, he will complicate matters, but the damage to the rooms may be of interest, and there may be other physical evidence. We must return eventually. You know my methods, Watson. It is the scene of a crime.
Okay. The bullseye. He said the bullseye would be useful. I mean, we're definitely being prompted to get back to the Diogenes. What is a bullseye? What is this? Directory. This annually published volume is the most recent instalment of Kelly's Post Office Directory. For a small fee to the listee, it provides addresses of private residences and commercial establishments in Greater London. I don't think I need that right now, but okay, if I need to look up an address, then that was some very interesting sort of, space-breaking sort of leaning going on there. Oh, Debrett's Guide to the... Debrett's, surely. Debrett's Guide to the Peerage. That still exists. Okay. Ooh. A large roll top dominates the corner of the south wall. The lock is turned to the open position. A recent London directory rests on its top ledge. Let's open that desk up. I need to find out what a bullseye is. I'm assuming this is an item that I can pick up. Numerous bits of paper, a useless diary, and Watson's checkbook. Oh, I love clap, clap, clap. A++. You've read your Sherlock Holmes canon. Why is Watson's checkbook looked after in a locked desk that belongs to Holmes? You can decide for yourself, but that is a canonical fact. Okay. No, come back. I wasn't done reading that. Been removed, presumably found a home house where there are a hair trigger, a billy stick, and a bullseye. Okay. Those three things, whatever they are. Bullseye lantern. Okay. Battery power. Very, very modern. Okay, whoops. I can't actually see it, but it's the old point and click problem is like the character standing in front of the thing you're trying to get to. You can't really... I've not found a good way around it. Okay, so... okay, this pistol never leaves home. What about the billy stick? Let's have a look at a billy stick. The lead-weighted head of the hickory staff can do terrible damage to a human skull. It's the preferred It's the preferred instrument of compliance for the constabulary and criminals alike. For reasons indistinct, it's often called a life preserver. Yes, it is. If you read Sherlock Holmes or Raffles or any of those like kind of crime stories from the turn of the 20th century, they are always going on about life preservers. And if you're, looking at it with a 21st century mindset, you imagine like a rubber ring, right? Or, a life preserver that you throw in the... No, it's a stick with a weight in it. Why is it called a life preserver? No idea. Let's pick it up. And then we can cosh somebody over the head if we need to. Okay. No?
You're quite right, Doctor. Something more resolute is in order. Use your own judgment.
Oh, I don't know what I did then. I was trying to just see if I had the stick. I guess he just picked it up to kind of test the weight of it. Oh, see, now this is where I can look at the journal and see what was said. Okay, nothing of note. Ooh, the settee. To gratify the doctor's sense of domestic propriety, the battered sofa was reupholstered last year. As the settee could never be mistaken for something comfortable on which to sit, the damask fabric exhibits virtually no wear. Ah, well. Sheet music, more of his compositions, Sarasati's etudes. I'm really worried I'm pronouncing etudes incorrectly. It's one of those words I don't think I've ever said out loud. Oh well. Sorry to all musicians who are watching. More than 70 bullet points compose a VR for Victoria Regina. This script rendition of the Queen's initials was performed for the beloved sovereign's Golden Jubilee on the 21st of June, 1887. Amazing. Do we know when this book is set, I wonder? It's got a nice drop-leaf table. It could formally be opened to accommodate guests for tea. In a fit of pique, the current tenant demolished a, recalcitrant hinge, and now visitors must balance their saucers on their knees. Oh dear. But he's a bit of a sort of menace to all furniture and walls and floors, isn't he? Alphonse Bertillon. Yeah, so he is into his phrenology then. He has been looking at like a bit of that sort of Victorian pseudoscience. Lamp again. The brass and green glass student lamp can be adjusted to burn at a low frame. Though it provides little light at the setting, it uses a trivial amount of oil and ensures a cheerier return to an otherwise dark room. Okay, I mean, we have the object that Watson highlighted to us. He felt like a lamp would be useful. We can look at Watson's chair. When Watson's solid form can be shifted, this velvet-covered chair is offered to clients. So situated, the visitor must face the light from the windows. So Holmes can see every little flicker of countenance in their face. Shall we go? We've been here quite a while. We've looked at every object that can be looked at, I think.
Have we neglected assistance from any quarter, Watson?
I don't believe you've fully exploited your journalistic connection. I know you value his knowledge and connections.
It may be time to pay him another visit.
Okay, Watson wants us to go see a journalist. Let's go. And now we will have, in this playthrough, the first instance of the putting on your hat and
pistol,
coat.
Will you, Watson? There's no telling what this case will bring.
For once I am ahead of you, Holmes. It is in my pocket.
Oh, there we go. But yeah, there's a lot of putting on coats in this game. It's the one thing that I don't understand how it didn't drive the developers bananas, like when they were testing the game, to have to put up with this animation every time. Puts on his Inverness there and puts on his hat. I mean, it's kind of cool, but it's sort of like interesting the first time you do it, and eventually, ugh. Okay. I kind of like him without his coat, actually. Okay, what can we see now? Because everything's fresh, we're seeing it with fresh eyes. Large double-hung windows form the west wall of Mrs. Hudson's parlour, known to her familiars as the Shrine. An informed source opines that the Queen herself might need references to enter the meticulous parlour. Okay. The pebbles. We can do stuff with the pebbles now. These are the soldiers in Wiggins' signal system. What can I do with them? Oh, throw it at Mrs. Hudson.
Sorry, Mrs. Hudson.
You absolute rotter, Holmes. Pick one up. There we go. Don't know what I'm going to use that for. Genuinely, I don't remember what. If I ever got to using that pebble, I don't remember what it is using, like what it's useful for, but we have a fair number of things in our inventory now. Ooh, if I look at them, are they, do they have slightly different, No, they're the same. Okay. Looks at the windows. French windows? That is a slightly different... Okay. Oh, actually, Pall Mall conflagration! Minister near death! No! Mycroft! He's in the newspapers. The banner touts the lead story of the Sun's current edition. The vendor is paid a stipend to display it. When a titillating or salacious headline is unavailable, the text adheres to the sensationalist maxim, if it bleeds, it leads. Yeah, poor Holmes, having his brother's sort of particulars banded about like that. Mr. Rigby's definition of the people's right to know is generously broad. He displays random political handbills and cultural announcements. The public remains aggressively ignorant of these materials. Okay. Right, let's talk to Jonas Rigby. Kind, generous and true, Jonas Rigby is a jewel. Though partially blinded by a cannon blast in Crimea, he knows his regulars by the size of their tips. He delivers fresh editions of certain newspapers to 221B, for which service he is modestly compensated. Right, let's have a chit-chat with him.
My compliments, Mr. Rigby. The early bird gets the worm, what?
News don't wait on a slugger-bed, Mr. Holmes. I'm sorry about your brother's misfortune. Government can't afford the loss. What are his prospects, sir, if I might ask?
His condition is guarded. Your concern is appreciated.
Well, the best of British luck to him. And pardon the banner, I'm obliged to display it.
You must make your living, Jonas, as must we all.
Aww. Several dailies, some illustrated magazines, a handful of scurrilous scandal sheets, and a small selection of inedible confections are all available here. That's fun. Oh, there's the scarf. When Wiggins is available for errands, he hangs his scarf here as a sign that he's resting nearby. Oh, okay, I don't think I have an errand for him, but... Oh no! Oh, I should have tried to save the game. I just remember that Wiggins is like... Oh no, I'm going to save it before we talk to Wiggins. Wiggins in this game is buggy. I don't know why. Whether it's something to do with the emulator or what.
You got clouds of your own, I think.
Has anyone been lurking about 221B, Wiggins?
Not that I noticed. Sorry about your brother, sir. Anything I can do?
Nothing, and more's the pity. Thank you.
Give me a word if I can help.
Okay, I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it before Wiggins... The curse of Wiggins comes upon us. You'll see I've been doing this before. Post Wiggins. Okay. Anything else we can talk to him about?
Are the rest of your lads available, Wiggins?
They're on holiday at the workhouse. If you got a job, I'm for it. On the usual terms, of course.
Oh no. Well, I'll see you around. Guess. Excepting high summer, this dependable gas lamp glows almost constantly. Baker Street has thus far avoided the electric abominations foisted upon Mayfair and Belgravia. That's so funny. So Holmes, he likes his gas lamp, whereas when we played as Watson, it was more like, oh, maybe at some point they'll replace this. Oh, what about the manure? Okay, Holmes is a lot wordier than Watson is. Manure is an inevitable consequence of horse-powered transport. Despite the Sanitation Corps' best efforts, a fraction of the 100 tons dropped daily is always in the street. Its scent is as common as perfume in a Parisian boudoir. Let's go to Scotland Yard. See if we can talk to Lestrade. Oh yeah, that's that thing about talk to a journalist, but I'm going to get to that later. Scotland Yard. Right, okay. Shall I look at all this stuff again? I love this. Holmes knows so much more like random trivia. In Ireland, such vehicles are called Black Marias. Because they've been used to carry... Oh no! Okay. Any other interesting things here? Yeah, he's kind of like having a bit of a complaint about about that. So you all remember Watson was like he didn't know why it was called Scotland Yard, whereas Holmes knows. It refers to the grounds of the castle that formerly stood here to house Scots royalty when they came to London. There we go. Caution sign. This sign convincingly demonstrates how unimaginative the police can be. The idea that sane persons, suffragettes and politicians notwithstanding, would willingly hang about such a dreary place is preposterous on its face. Holding cells here house 2 classes of detainees, prisoners in transit to Bow Street and those poor souls awaiting removal to the lunatic ward at St Mary's. Yeah, Holmes has more like trivia for sure. Hydrant. Whether an urban dog holds its master in higher regard than this homely object is debatable. This hydrant is one of a dozen in the city. Eventually their proliferation will eliminate the fire brigade's need to carry its own water. Right, let's talk to Augie. Augie is cut out between the underworld and the police. Officially, he deals in notions and runs a game of chance. Unofficially, he sells or trades tidbits of what he's pleased to call confidential information to both sides. He lives by his wits. It's not a good living. Oh, burn! Okay.
Hello, Augie. Anything doing?
Not enough. Give people what they want and where's a thanks. But I'll forget my manners. Condolences on your brother's demise.
Your expression is premature. Mycroft is alive.
Oh, but near death, surely. I have it on the best authority.
Your source is impeachable. Demand a refund.
Oh. Yeah, oh, poor Holmes. Yeah. Got any other things to say to him?
What more have you heard about the Diogenes Club explosion?
A working stiff don't have time for idle chatter, Mr. Holmes. Even surmise all has a price.
On principle, I never purchase information. Perhaps you can suggest how we might overcome this scruple.
Indeed I can. Ante up a shilling and we'll play a little free card Monty for the tidbit. Best 2 out of 3. You win, the info's free. Lose, it's yours for 10 bob. Eh?
Alright, is it going to make me do this? Oh, okay. Okay, so I've got to find the lady. Oh, I lost it already. I think it's that one. No, it wasn't that one. Hopefully we have unlimited money, so
It's been a pleasure, Mr. Holmes. Better luck next time.
Luck, I suspect, has nothing to do with it. You can keep the shilling, but I won't pay more for useless information.
He doesn't know anything, does he? Like...
Augie, are you always plying your dubious trade?
The rich can afford to rest, Mr. Holmes. A poor man must make brass winning where he can.
As you seem to appreciate a platitude, you might reflect on the one that declares that there is no rest for the wicked.
Oh. Okay, let's go talk to this policeman who was very rude to Watson earlier.
A quiet watch, Constable?
As I prefer it, Mr. Holmes.
I'd like a word with Lestrade.
You're not alone, sir, but the inspector is engaged, and he's left particular orders not to be disturbed even by you.
Okay, I was kind of hoping this would be easier than that.
The yard seems quite deserted. What's the reason?
The lawful folk are at home, and the criminal classes see I'm on duty. I'm always on duty. Haven't had a tea break in donkey's years.
Let's get him some tea, Watson. Okay, let me look at Watson. Equal to any hazard, Watson is prepared to be bored to tears, aggravated to distraction, or infuriated before description by the goings-on at the yard. Ah, can I talk to him? Ah. Oh yeah, let's talk to him about architecture. He likes grumbling about architecture.
Municipal architecture is the most depressing art form known to man.
You don't approve of the design? The builder tried to convey solidity.
Better he should have died in the attempt. What he achieved is merely ponderous when it's not positively oppressive.
I'll take that as a no, shall I?
Okay.
Shall I give Augie a try? Show him his business?
If you think you know his game.
Okay. I don't think I know his game.
The cause of Scotland Yard's plummeting reputation is easily discerned. They do no business here. Perhaps we should ignore Lestrade.
There was little point in our venturing down here if we don't raise him. Your idea is sound. Act on it.
All right, Watson. Let's keep talking to this guy.
Is Oggy still schooling you at Three-Card Monte?
The man's an unnatural wizard. I never win. I swear he could retire to Blackpool on the brass he's taken off me.
It's a mug's game, Constable, but nobody wins all the time.
Am I trying to kind of... Door. Look at the door. This forged steel door replaced the conventional wooden portal in 1884 when the latter was splintered by an anarchist's bomb. The idiotic policy restricting public access to the yard is another result of that explosion. Okay. Gosh, is there any way we can distract? I mean, what is this? I feel like there's a puzzle going on here with Augie and this three-card Monty.
Feel like being taught your business, Oggy?
You can always try.
Okay, I'm going to try really hard to... I still think it's that one. I guess I'll try a different one this time. No, I think we're just going to keep losing money.
It's been a pleasure, Mr.
Yeah,
Arthur.
all
That
right.
would be novel. I doubt I received the first one.
Yeah, he's a cheeky guy. Okay, so shall I just leave here? I feel like maybe I've not done, you know, what I've come here to do, but often you just have to kind of talk to people again, but I think we need to distract him somehow. See what you got in mind,
How
Watson.
might the constable's commitment to his duty be overcome, Watson?
He's an officious brute, Holmes. But I'd wager you know his weakness.
It's the three-card Monty. We need to, like, convince him to go play three-card Monty. I just don't quite know how. Like, I don't think we have, like, an inventory. None of this is gonna... Okay, I'm gonna go see if I can see Mycroft, and maybe I will come up with a bright idea later. Want to see if my bro's okay. St. Bart's. Oh, we turned the music off as well. That music was driving me batty. Okay, let's see some of these things through Holmes's eyes. Sensitive persons might debate the placement of this fresco, which depicts, with hideous accuracy, a gruesome amputation. Oh no! Silence. This demand for quiet is unnecessary. All who might read it have previously recognised that Matron, possessed of Medusian powers, could turn the noisy into lumps of stone. Bart's has stood on this spot since 1123, the oldest benevolent institution in the city. Laboratories and libraries have been added to the original wards. Portions have been modernised. Right. Oh, patient on a gurney. Yeah, patient. We know about the patient on a gurney. Matron! The self-appointed high priestess of Bart's. Okay.
Matron, I would like to see my brother, Mycroft Holmes.
Your desire and hospital policy do not happen to coincide.
Hospital policy be damned. He's in a precarious condition.
Language, Mr. Holmes. Don't make me call the police.
Why this animus? Is it that incident with the bedpans? Do you still hold a grudge for that student prank?
Assume what you will. Your tenure here was mercifully brief. The medical profession lost nothing when you left us.
No need to be insulting, Matron.
As neither of you have any official standing here, please move along.
See, I was hoping, being our brother's brother, that we might be able to, you know, And the problem is, the
A person in your position should not be guided by prejudice, matron.
You've never thought much of my judgment or my authority, Mr. Holmes. Now, if there's nothing more, please leave.
we're not going to be able to do the same dodge that we did with Watson. See what Watson. Watson may be distracted by memories of his tenure as a student and research fellow at Bart's. This is understandable, since many of them involve some unpleasantness with matron. Fun. Okay, let's have a look at these patients and things. Medical care is dispensed gratis to the poor. Matron allows a favoured few to linger on the mezzanine, a respite from being rousted by the police, molested by hooligans, or attacked by urban vermin. These patients appear sound and appear and sound to be in the grip of the highly contagious influenza that's sweeping the city. So that's not great. What about this chap? The patient's laboured breathing, his rattling, hacking cough, and his pallid complexion suggest very serious upper respiratory condition. I presume that, like, Watson knew that as well. Okay. Alright, that was examining. What's just looking? Oh no, he's going to expire from boredom. Oh no. Oh, poor chap. Is he okay?
Excuse me, sir. What is your ailment?
Stagnation at lungs. I'm weak.
Then why are you languishing in this draughty hall?
They're going to stitch up my head what I bashed when I fainted. So I got to take me chances. But if I get this new influenza, I'm for it.
Oh, poor chap. We need to help him.
Sir, how long have you been unattended in this wretched hall?
For bleeding ever, if you'll excuse the expression. No one tells me what's going on. I'm not furniture.
That is terrible. That is very bad. Watson, can you believe this? This man has been out here for hours.
Is change forbidden at Bart's?
So it would seem. I feel transported back in time.
Indeed, to the Dark Ages or some similarly dismal and repressive era.
No. To my days as a staff surgeon.
Perhaps to the heyday of the Inquisition. A single glimpse of Matron the Merciless recalled a legion of disagreeable memories.
I love this. I love the kind of rapport between them. I love the voice actors. So I've currently been casting for my game, and I like that they've gone for Holmes having the sort of higher, reedy kind of tenor voice, and Watson being a bit deeper. That's how my own proclivities sort of lean as well, I think. Okay. Oh no!
I'd like to throttle the desiccated old bat.
Render a valuable public service, but I doubt you would make the Queen's Honours List for your trouble.
How did you bypass this impediment?
Via the morgue. It's the only convenient way to enter and avoid a night in the Bow Street lockup.
I love that we're just having this conversation right in front of her, like, I'd really like to strangle her, Watson. He's like, yeah, me too. Okay.
Watson, will this influenza become an epidemic?
I don't know, Holmes, but any viral disease poses a serious risk even to the healthy.
In that case, a hospital is no place to be. Let us stay no longer than absolutely necessary.
Such a good voice. I need to find out who this voice actor is. They're both really good. Watson's really good as well. Yes. Sort of. What's the point in having a sign if you can't actually make your way there yourself? See if we can just go to the morgue. She's probably not going to let us. But...
Confine your movement to this.
All right. So if I, okay.
Matron, why is this patient forced to languish in this pestiferous hall?
This hall is scrubbed daily. The patient and his insignificant ailments wait on the convenience of one of our most distinguished physicians.
By the time that worthy arrives, he may be able to add pneumonia or influenza to the man's symptoms.
Tend to your own knitting, Mr. Holmes. We will attend to ours.
I don't think she's a very good healthcare professional, if I'm being brutally honest.
I trust you have no objection if we visit the coroner.
You trust in vain. Dr. Watson has recently pestered him. I can't think of any reason why you should do the same.
Because I'm a detective, and it's what I do. I like detect stuff. I'm presuming there's no... Give her some tobacco. What else have we got? Throw a pebble at her. Okay. What do you think, Watson?
Suggestions, Watson? Before the top of my head blows off, please.
Calm yourself, Holmes. She is a law unto herself, but like many petty tyrants, she may be favourably disposed toward the trappings and requests of officialdom.
Oh, okay, we do need to go see Lestrade then, don't we? I think... I mean, I can't show... Like, my card isn't sufficient. No, we need to go to Lestrade. We really, really need to get in there to see Lestrade. I mean, I could go to this journalist place, but I have a feeling... same with the Diogenes. Like, I don't think they're going to let me in there. Okay, let's go see this journalist. Oh, okay, that was a big jump. What do we got here? Who is this? Charles Friedman. Late of the Home Office, Friedman quit the Queen's service for cause. A deserved promotion went to an incompetent colleague with better connections. Poor chap. Okay. It's tough, you know. Small posters. Oh, lots of villains. That's a man after our own heart. We also like putting up pictures of spooky criminals on our walls, so... The drawings are especially good and wonderfully detailed. Some are set in 2 or 3, showing the same face at different times. I love this game. I love this game so much. Because that is like making a very astute observation about things like the illustrated police news and magazines from that era. Like, yeah, they were really obsessed with, like, the subject at different times in their life. Yeah, I like it. I do feel like the person who wrote this was kind of just waiting their whole life to get to write this game. Friedman has pinned up assorted photographic portraits. The maligned Parnell, the anarchist Prince Kropotkin, and Nietzsche. Oh no, hang on. Nietzsche? Nietzsche. Oh no. Insert correct pronunciation of that famous philosopher here. One small portrait is arresting. Which one? Which is one small portrait? The small portrait appears to be a sort of hybrid form. The photographed subject's appearance has been somehow altered by a fine artistic hand. What? What? Okay. I'm gonna just write a note about that. Might be, I don't know what the significance is. But that seems significant. Okay. What else have we got around here? Ashtray. Yep, it's an ashtray. Hasn't been washed in a long time. Oh yeah, we're going to help him out. Empty his ashtray for him. Oh, good job, Holmes. You're a good friend. Oh, no, it's just returned back to normal. Inexpensive grey glass ashtray. Okay. Nice little typewriter. A Remington, very good. He's a man after our own heart, I think, with his poor treatment of just everything. Oh, good grief. Friedman consumes printed materials like a gourmand devours comestibles, often in quantity and to excess. Quality is a marginal concern. The sensational stories from the illustrated weeklies in several languages are a suitable fare for his voracious appetite as the Queen's calendar from the Times. Okay. Well, shall we talk to the fellow? Let's have a little look at him first, maybe.
Hello, Charles. Might we have a few moments?
I'm rather pressed just now and rather peeved. This story's been spiked by that cretin in editorial. My deadline's approaching and I don't have a clue how to finish it up. I'm sorry, Sherlock. How's your brother? Out of immediate danger, is he?
Yes. Have you heard anything about terrorist involvement in that explosion, Charles?
Not a whisper. It was an accident, certainly, wasn't it? Never mind. I really must finish this up. You'll have to excuse me.
Of course, Charles. It was just a thought.
Mind blown, they are on first name terms. That is, who is this man? Who is this man to be on first name terms with Sherlock Holmes? Something which our dear beloved Watson isn't. Although, you know, I think the way he says Holmes is full of affection. But yeah, interesting. Okay. Oh yeah, we already looked at him. He's not gonna... Okay. I think we're here too early, to be honest. Okay, that's Friedman's office. I mean, there's nobody in there, presumably. Because Friedman's here. Okay. Let's look at Watson. It's just good to look at him sometimes. Just gotta look at him. Just gotta look at Watson. Gotta walk around just to get the best view. Though accustomed to a measure of domestic clutter, Watson is astonished by the disarray. Oh. Okay.
Observations, Doctor?
The temperature here is positively glacial. If you are insensible to it, you must count Laplanders among your ancestors.
Okay.
Friedman's collection of criminalist fiction must hold interest to a devotee such as yourself.
I'm sure it would, were I not colder than a lonely fragment of pack ice. Currently, I can only think of all that paper as combustible fuel.
I know the feeling, Watson. As somebody who gets cold easily, I get it. Wait. I'm just... Shall I share what I'm thinking? I'm slightly concerned that we have these like threads that are being put down in this game. And as a reminder, I haven't actually played... I've played a bit further than this, but I'm speculating now. We've found out that there's like a flu outbreak at the hospital and Watson's feeling really cold, and I'm just like a little bit worried, especially since this game is fine with nearly killing Mycroft. So I'm like looking at Watson now like, you leave Watson alone. Don't give him like the Spanish flu, please. The large orthomorphic projection of Europe is based on Flemish cartographer Gerhard Mercator's principles. Yay! Okay. Is the map like... Is Holmes's head transparent? No, he just has little dots of yellow in him. Okay, this has achieved absolutely nothing, but we know that this exists now. We can come here to talk to this journalist man. I really think we need to get into Scotland Yard, but I'll have a little look at the Diogenes. They're just going to say we need permission from the Strade, though, like I know they are. But let's have a look. Maybe Holmes will pick something up in the... Oh... You do a rummage, because Watson didn't find anything. He's found a stick. No. Okay. Yeah, more evidence of it being an explosion. Can we snuff that torch out? Yeah. Oh, okay, but what? That seems really stupid, though. Why would you like light a torch? Yeah. Oh yes.
Was that really necessary, Mr. Holmes?
Probably not, but I despise torchlight. I can see now that it makes no difference.
He knows what's up. Okay, that's the same. Wow, he's like thinking the exact same thoughts that Watson was. The fire brigade's gone. They were here before. Okay, let's have a chat to Commissioner Forbes, who is no doubt going to tell us we cannot get in. Oh, what a commissionaire is! Oh my goodness. It's like they're like people who. They're a bit like porters, right? At sort of like hotels and clubs and things like that. And they have these uniforms. And they were apparently quite often ex-military people. Like it was seen as a good job to go into after military service to become a commissionaire. And I seem to think in London, like today, there's like still the building that was the commissionaire's like club or like headquarters. So yeah, it's one of those things. If you read Sherlock Holmes stories, like we don't know what commissionaires are in the 21st century unless you look it up. But here's Commissioner Forbes. He's got a little bump on his head, so he's got a bandage.
Forbes, I'd like to go inside. Please assist me.
Until further notice, sir, the club is closed to members and guests.
Oh no!
I'm not here for a scotch and soda. I wish to examine the premises.
Impossible. Only authorized representatives of the constabulary are allowed inside.
What are you playing at? You deluded martinet, you...
Ooh, temper,
Your
Watson.
attitude is deplorable, Forbes, but I suppose I must oblige you.
He does have a bit of a temper, does our Dr. Watson. So I'm presuming even showing the ring now. No longer. No longer. Oh well. I'll have a little chit-chat with Watson, why not? Let's just say this really loudly right in front of him.
There's no reasoning with a self-important dunce like Forbes.
Perhaps a vigorous knock on the head would bring him round. The preening dote.
No, resistance is useless. He'd rather be hanged from a pikestaff than surrender his fatuous prerogatives. I hate giving him the satisfaction, but he will have his authorization.
I could be persuaded to mayhem, or to tweak his officious nose.
Thank you, Doctor. Let's this once take the easier if less gratifying course.
I love this. I love this characterization of Watson, that he's like... He's a bit weird in his own way, in the sense that he's like, I'm gonna bop this man on the nose to get in. Like, he's... I think sometimes it's easy to characterize Watson as like the straight man against Holmes's eccentricity, but like, Watson's as much of a weirdo, or he wouldn't even be there to record the stories, right? Okay. Oh, what do we think? Oh, tentative. Oh. Okay.
Is there anything here to detain us further, Watson?
I wish I could answer with some assurance, Holmes.
I think not. I think we do need to get in to see Inspector Lestrade of the Yard. I think all that going to St. Bart's and all that lot is kind of, it's been a little bit of a kind of waste of time. We were in the right place to begin with, which is here. And this gentleman is annoying. Okay. Augie, come on. Augie, my man. Please, Augie. If this game is like, oh, you need to play 3-card Monty with him 3 times, and then he'll distract thingy for you.
Feel like being taught your...
You can always...
Like, do I have to get this right? Is that... Yeah, I still always... It always seems to be that one to me. Yeah, I thought as much. Okay. I'm getting increasingly convinced that I don't quite know why or how, but I think we need to beat Augie. And Watson says this thing about needing to know his game, so he's cheating. I think we need to know how is he cheating. I don't think there's anything we have that will help us to do that as such. But I'm gonna give it another go.
Feel like being taught your business, Augie?
You can always try.
Okay. I think this is pointless to even try and figure this out. Okay. We've got card. Is it in his hand? Okay. It's there. It's in his hand. Got you, Augie.
Contrary to the adage, Augie, the hand is not always quicker than the eye. Yours is prosecutably slow.
Have a heart. Keep it to yourself. Here's a nugget. 2 hard Irish lads was in the city, both of 'em familiar with the niceties of gelignite and mean enough to use it. Trashing a fancy English club might just suit their fancy.
Names? Whereabouts?
No names.
Suppose I tell the police that this game has never been on the square and that you've nicked them all.
No need to get violent. I heard those boyos was looking for a party name of Boyd something. A coal miner, I heard. That's all I got, I swear.
That may be what the police call a lead. I have to be somewhat more discriminating.
I mean, can we pass on that knowledge to the police constable about Augie cheating or something? Yes, here we go.
You want to know the secret to Augie's success?
Only slightly less than the Ripper's real name.
Might I see Lestrade on the strength of it?
The door is yours. Once inside, you're on your own hook.
Fine. After Augie manipulates the cards, tell him to move away from the table. Say that if your card is not one of those face down, he's in for a stay at Pentonville. I guarantee you'll start to recoup some of your losses.
He's been bombing a card, then.
Some secrets are just too tawdry to tell, Constable.
There we go. Yes! Right, okay. We spent an hour or so playing the game, and just for the record, what we have done is looked at lots of things and got into Scotland Yard. The story has not progressed in the slightest, minus those little tidbits we just got from Augie. So I'm going to leave the game here for now. Thank you for watching. And I guess there's that whole like liking and subscribing and dinging the bell thing, which YouTube likes. Feel free to consider doing that if you would like or not. And yeah, let's see next time how far we get. Whether we can progress the story a little bit more.